Okay, here we are looking at the cosine rule. So this means we're going to have three sides and an angle for each of our questions. These ones we want to know the smallest and the largest angle. First, just going to grab our rule so we know what we're looking at for all of them. We are trying to find the angle for this one, so I've got my cos A out the front. Now the smallest angle is going to be across from the smallest side, and that's that beautiful looking pink thing there. Chuck all of our bits and pieces in. Don't know what the angle is. We've got our other sides though, 7 and 5 are our B and our C. Our A is our 4 because it is across from our angle. And that's what you've got to do with your cosine rule every time. The angle should be the one with the minus in front of it there. Or the one you're trying to find is the one you've got the angle for, depending on which variant of the rule you're using. Alright, let's get that into our calculator, sorry for the glitch there, and work out what our A is. Putting our brackets in, brackets are our friends. Now again, you guys can just chuck your calculator into degrees, minutes, seconds mode by either pressing the DMS button or that little degree sign on your calculator to get your minutes. I'm not that lucky with this one, unfortunately. Our other side is our largest angle, and that is going to be straight across from our largest side. So putting them into the formula again, this time where the 7 is going to be in the place of the A. Which means our 4 and our 5 are our B and our C. Chuck that one into your calculator and let's get some answers again. Make sure that's a 7 up the top. And we've got 101 degrees, and then let's check our minutes. And 32 minutes. Okay, our next bit that we're looking for is this running circuit. So we've got a triangle, we're just going to chuck the sides onto the triangle and then work out the angles. And we do want all 3 angles for this, which doesn't matter, it just means you have to do the same thing 3 times, working with a different angle as the focus or our A place each time for that formula. Let's start with our angle across from, who should we start with? It doesn't really matter which you start with. Let's start with the A up the top. So use across from your 7, so cos of A is going to be our 6 squared plus our 6.5 squared minus our 7 squared over 2 times 6 times 7. So in our calculator we're going to use the inverse of cos, which is pressing that beautiful shift button, and cos before, chuck in all of that stuff on our fraction. And slowly getting there. And once we've got our degrees, we want our minutes. Again, you guys just pressing that button on your calculator to get you turned over there, and I'll go my way. Number 2, finding B. Let's do the one across from 6.5. Let's just start with our biggest angle and keep making our way down. Gives us an idea of what the next angles need to be, because they're going to be smaller than that first one, obviously. And make sure you're putting the right things into the right places. So the one straight across is our 6.5, so here's the minus at the top, and the other 2 are the ones that go onto the bottom of that fraction. Let's chuck him into a calculator and find our solution. Alrighty, nearly there. How's everyone else's day going? You having fun? And math's fun. I like the cosine rule. I enjoy it. I really do.
Good morning,
Good morning. People just arriving.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
Good morning, Year 12.
Brightens up the experience.
It does.
A little more fun than just listening to me talk about maths. Not that maths isn't fun. Maths is all of the fun. Alright, that is angle number 2. So third lucky last one is going to be straight across from our 6. Again, still using the cosine rule. Guess what? That whole part of the chapter is going to be about the cosine rule. That's why the heading was the cosine rule. And now we've just got our 6 as the minus part at the end. The other 2 numbers are in the other places. And moving it around. Now answers putting into calculators, calculating, calculators, calculating work. Work and calculated by a calculator, cause calculators calculate. Alrighty. 52 degrees, we need our minutes. Press your minutes button. And I've got 37 of them. At 2. Thanks, boys. Alright, next one up. Again, triangle. We're in a ratio, so we could really put... And you're just using the same numbers. You could use any variant of the same number. So if I wanted to do the ratio, I could do 14, 16, and 18, which is 2 lots of each of them, or all the way up to infinity times every one. It doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to start with the base numbers because that'll make our life a little bit easier in the future. We are looking for each of our angles. So again, same thing we did before. We're just going to do our first side. I'm starting with the big one again, then our next one, and our third one. And we will be getting there. I think that's the last bit for this one, really. So, like, it's the same information over and over. Ad nauseum. If you're not sure what ad nauseum is, look it up. It's good for you guys to learn little bits of Latin. Why not? Be good for context. No particular reason to learn it, just, you know, it's nice to know words.
Didn't you say the other day you had a thing about mold as well?
Oh, the thought of mould, I remember once at the end of the year, Raph left his bananas in the fridge for ages and they were black. And it was just disgusting.
Yeah, mold is gross, in case you guys were wondering.
Gross.
Teachers also don't like mold.
And so I'm there, and just the thought of it just made me think. And the thing, because John, for whatever his faults, things like that, he'd just go, he was fine, you know. Anything that would totally turn my stomach, he would be able to get his head around. And he'd just go, I'll clean it out, don't worry.
At some point she might realise.
Are you filming me?
Not filming, just recording the lovely story of mold that you're giving us. It'll lighten up year 12, hopefully. Enjoy that little bit of gossip from the maths faculty, guys. We're just about got our last of those answers now. So each time, again, it's the opposite side that's going to be the minus at the top. If we were doing this the other way around and finding the sides, it would be the opposite angle that is the angle we're using. And that is us getting there to the end of 19, nearly. 48 degrees and 11 minutes. See you later, guys.